If you regularly travel around the United Kingdom, then you might be aware that Travelodge are opening lots of new branches all over the country. But you might not be aware that they are opening 5 new branches just in the London area. In fact, some of them might already be open by the time you watch this film. My name's Darren Bugg and I've been to most of the Travelodges in the London area. And today I'm going to tell you about the 5 new ones and let you know whether I think it's worth staying at any of them, what are the pros and cons, and also an indication of the price you can expect to pay. So keep watching. Well, there are 5 new Travelodges opening in London during 2025 and 2026. Some of them may already be open by the time you watch this film. So the 5 that I'm going to deal with today, there's 1 in central London, 1 in east, 1 in west and 2 in south. The one in central London is the new Bermondsey Travelodge, which is not far from Tower Bridge. Then we're going to move west to the leafy suburbs of West London to a place called Chiswick. Now there is already a Travelodge in Chiswick, but there's a new one opening called Chiswick High Road Travelodge, and this is a really nice option if you want to be in the leafy suburbs of West London. And talking of leafy suburbs, we're now going to move to 2 new Travelodges in South London. And again, leafy suburbs, a bit further out from the centre of London, which means travelling times will be a bit more, but they do have the advantage of being cheaper. And those 2 are Beckenham and also Bromley Town Centre Travelodge. There is already a Travelodge in Bromley, but this is a new one called Bromley Town Centre. And then we're going to finish off in an incredibly vibrant area of London, in East London, Stratford, which many people have heard of because it was the home of the 2012 Olympic Games. So I'm going to tell you about all 5 of these new Travelodges which are opening in 2025 and 2026, and I'm going to give you some advantages and disadvantages, give you an indication of the price, the public transport links, parking, and some really useful tips if you are thinking of staying at one of these new Travelodges which are opening up in London. So let's start off with Chiswick High Road. Now there is already a Travelodge in Chiswick. This is a new one. In my opinion, it's in a slightly better location. It does have an advantage that there is some free parking in the area. If you have a look in the description in the box below, I do tell you a little bit about the parking. You do need to check yourself as well, but there is some free parking in this area, which is surprising for central London, or for somewhere that's near to central London. It's actually zone 3 on public transport, and you do have 2 quick links into central London. You can either use Gunnersbury, which is part of the Transport for London network, or you could use Kew Bridge, which is an overground train station, a traditional train, which also gets you into central London very quickly. It's also walkable to Kew Gardens, which isn't very far away, and there are also other places nearby that you can walk to, and also some really good bus services into central London. And it is a really nice area of London as well. It's the leafy suburbs, and it's a very good location for the tourist sites of West London. So that's the new Chiswick High Road Travelodge. And now moving right into the centre of London. Of the 5 new ones, this one is by far the most central. It's Bermondsey. Now Bermondsey used to be, many years ago, used to be quite a rough area, but in the last few decades it's been made much nicer, and there are some really nice hotels and other tourist things around that area now. It's very easy to get into central London. You could almost walk into central London from here. You could certainly walk to Tower Bridge, to the Tower of London, to places like Tate Modern, Shakespeare Globe. They're all walkable. Less than 10 minutes walk away is London Bridge train station, which has great links on the Jubilee line and also on the standard overground line. The one bad thing about this area is parking. It's going to cost you £35 for 24 hours parking at the local NCP car park, and there's no car park on site at the Travelodge. Parking's not good, but great public transport links at Bermondsey. Okay, now we're moving to South London, and a part of South London which is actually quite a long way from the centre. So I have to say straight away, these two Travelodges coming up, Bromley Town Centre and Beckenham, are both not great in terms of being close to the centre of London, but there are fast rail links into the centre of London on the overground train lines from both these places. So the two new ones are Bromley Town Centre and Beckenham. Now, Bromley Town Centre is the second new Travelodge in Bromley. There is another one, so don't confuse it. This is the Bromley Town Centre, not the Bromley Travelodge. This is the new one. There's not a great option for parking. There is some parking nearby. There's an NCP car park, but it is quite expensive. There's also no bar or cafe at the Travelodge, and also there's no super rooms. So it's quite a basic Travelodge, but you will find that it is quite cheap. I've already checked and some of the prices are very reasonable. So if you want a cheaper option, then the Bromley Town Centre Travelodge is probably going to be your cheapest. And another cheap one is Beckenham, and that's only a couple of miles away from Bromley. They're both in similar areas of South London. Now, the Beckenham Travelodge also doesn't have parking. There is chargeable parking nearby, which is actually quite reasonably priced. It goes up to £5.60 for 24 hours. So although there isn't a car park at the Travelodge, it does have a car park nearby which is relatively cheap, and it's also free for blue badge holders. So Beckenham could be a good option for a Travelodge if you need fairly cheap parking. Unfortunately, there are no super rooms, so it's one of the more basic Travelodges, and also there's no bar or restaurant. So the two South London Travelodges that are opening, Beckenham and Bromley Town Centre, both of them don't have super rooms, and both of them don't have a bar or restaurant. So we are talking about more basic Travelodges, but these two South London Travelodges are going to be cheaper, and they do have a good fast train link into central London. Now, the exact opposite of that is Stratford. The new Travelodge in Stratford is called Stratford Centre Travelodge. There is another Travelodge in Stratford which is just called Stratford Travelodge, so don't confuse them. This is the Stratford Centre Travelodge. The public transport options are absolutely superb. You're less than 10 minutes walk to Stratford station. There is a big bus station where you can get all over London. There is a massive train station. It has overground trains, it has the Jubilee line, it has the Central line, and it also has the Dockland Light Railway. So you can get just about anywhere very, very quickly by public transport from Stratford. There is also some car parking quite nearby at the Westfield Shopping Centre, but it is quite expensive. It costs £16 for 24 hours. The facilities in the Stratford area are absolutely superb. You've got one of the biggest shopping centres in Europe, the Westfield Centre, within walking distance. There's also the Stratford Shopping Centre, which is even nearer, which is actually a really good shopping centre. I've been there many times myself. You've got the Olympic Park. You've got the London Stadium, which used to be the Olympic Stadium, which is where West Ham United play. You've got loads of good pubs, shops, cafes, restaurants. It really is a very vibrant area. You've even got the ABBA Arena. So if you're a fan of ABBA, then that takes place at Stratford as well. So really well located. Parking can be a bit expensive, but fantastic public transport links. And this Travelodge will be more expensive, but it is in a great location.
Well, I hope you found that useful. My name's Darren Bugg, and I review budget hotels all over the United Kingdom, especially in the main cities of the United Kingdom, and especially hotels that could be useful for business travellers, although they could just as easily be useful for solo travellers, for couples or for families. I also make lots of films giving business advice to small businesses and entrepreneurs. So if you could help me by sharing, by liking, and especially by subscribing to this channel, I'd be so grateful. Until next time, happy travelling, and I'll see you again very soon.